Hello.
Hi.
This is Ceri.
And this is Kat.
And we are Tea in Valhalla.
You join us today back in the sublime Stourhead Grounds and Gardens. We brought you here earlier in the year, but we were strictly stuck to the outsides of the estate at that point. So this morning we've actually been able to get into the grounds and gardens, and we're going to take you around and show you some of our favourite little nooks and crannies.
And it is just fantastic. The planting, and there's some really unusual and rare trees here, which was something of the time.
So we want to show you around all the, the Temple of Flora, the Grotto, the water nymph's lair, up to Apollo's Tower. All the various nooks and crannies, the big lake on the estate as well. And then we might pop out as well and show you some of the bits outside. There's a really ancient church, a steeple that was brought in from Bristol.
And if it's open at the moment, I might pop in and show you where they cultivate the flowers for here.
Fantastic.
Because it's a really nice, it is the original
walled garden.
It's the original walled garden. So I just wanted to, if it's open, I don't know, but if it is, I think it would be a really nice thing to see. They've got some really rare flowers here that were created here. So if they've got them, I'll show them to you.
Let's go and have a look.
Bye. That's the beautiful 5-arch Palladian style bridge. It's about, I think, mid-18th century. So the whole lake is man-made, and it was created by damming a small stream. The whole gardens was Henry Hoare's vision in mid-18th century, so it was like 1750 something. And when it was first opened, critics called it a living work of art, and they're not wrong. Everything, the landscaping, the perspective, the beautiful sort of Romano-Grecian classic architecture. Fabulous azaleas, rhododendrons, look how big they are. Some of them here are really ancient. And when all the rhododendrons are out here, it is fabulous. I've had a bit of a strange summer actually. Obviously it's slightly late now for rhododendrons. And we've had a lot of rain and wind, so unfortunately all their, what would have been great big beautiful flowers, unfortunately have gone over now. But that's fine.
There's a lot of walkways and paths, different routes and things you can take around the estate and the grounds. Lots of wildlife and things to see as well.
So we just thought we'd stop a moment and have a little cup of tea. So Henry Hoare, the owner, had a lot of help here with the architecture itself, so the temples and stuff. He was helped with by Henry Flintcroft, who is a very well known and very well liked architect.
Very clever man.
Yes. And together they created the whole thing. They dammed the lake and created the temples. It was added on to, during the next owner's reign, etc. And obviously they planted the gardens in a way that you'd have interest all year long. So in the spring, summer, autumn and winter, because of the way they've got the specimen trees, and especially these lovely maples and things. They've got these beautiful maples that change colour all the way through the year. Which was very clever, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We do get to go around and see where they cultivate the plants for here.
Yeah.
You may get to see the nationally significant Palladian collection.
There's no sculling today, I'm afraid.
No.
It's strictly
pinkies up. Don't
Hally
mess
ho.
around.
Ooh.
Chin, chin.
Chin, chin. Splendiferous.
English breakfast tea.
Footpaths, and basically you can work your way around the lake, go in and out of the buildings and things as you see fit, as and when they're opened, whenever the volunteers are there basically. We're down quite near the lake at the moment, just had a cup of tea, and just walking in amongst all the trees, and yeah, the sun's just come out as well, which is an added bonus. Kat's in relevant, this is Kat's idea of Valhalla.
So beautiful here, so many different trees. And it's nice to see old elms and things. You just don't see old elms very often now. Look at the leaves on this. I have no idea. I'm presuming a cedar of some kind. I don't know what. But look how cool it is. It's like variegated. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that before. Is this a cedar? I think so. Look at the... It certainly has the trunk of one. Great big ash trees. You know, it's nice to see giant ash trees still going well. So many specimen trees. Absolutely love it. Is it some sort of gum tree? What is this thing? I don't know. Look at it. It's got like a sycamore leaf. I have these beautiful acers, covered in different colours. There's quite a few of them around, and they're all slightly differently coloured.
It's a real treat for the senses, isn't it? Even just the aromas and things as you're walking around, the different smells.
Yeah. Oh my god, smell that!
Yeah, that's nice.
Walking under these old rhododendrons, old laurels. Got a big old laurel above us at the moment. Look at these sequoias. Oh my goodness, look at the great big... Oh, it's so nice. Wow. I always love the smell of these. This trunk, like, it's like a pillow, isn't it? Oh, the smell just... Oh, look at this yew tree. My god. I know I keep saying that about everything. Look at it. Must be ancient. Look at this yew tree.
That must be absolutely ancient.
Yeah, it's oh, slippery. It is massive. Oh, wow. Look at it.
The Stourhead 75 project aimed to spark creativity using materials that everyone could access. Even during lockdown, Studio Meraki were briefed to design an activity anyone could do using only the tools and recycled materials found in most homes. They choose to use recycled milk plastic bottles.
Holy cannoli. In between all this artistry, I noticed a absolutely lovely hydrangea lace cap. Look at that.
We're just heading towards the grotto now, the lair of the water nymph.
Yeah, and not just the water nymph.
Oh, somebody else lives in the grotto.
We don't.
Looking back towards the bridge and up there towards Apollo's Tower. We'll take you up there later as well.
Water nymph.
Something we've always done, have a little dip with your finger.
Make a little wish.
And then just as you're leaving the grotto, inclusive by Neptune, who probably looks like he would have been holding a torch or something at some point.
So this is the Gothic cottage, which is an original cottage, but then they added on to it to make it Gothic.
Yep. And they often do teas and, you know, at Christmas time it always smells mulled wine. Yeah.
So this was probably something to do with the estate, probably a hunting lodge or something similar. So all this and the front were late 18th century add-ons. Pantheon now, I love it in here. This was originally dubbed the Temple of Hercules, and it houses some amazing statues. This first one here is the plaster statue of the goddess Isis, and next to her is the skilled huntress Meleager. She's also in plaster. This one I really love. This is Circe, goddess of fertility and agriculture, and she's made of marble. Centrally here is the famous statue of Hercules by Rusbrook. The whole temple was created just to house this piece alone. Next to him is beautiful Flora, obviously the goddess of all nature. And this is the incredible lead statue of Diana. She's the goddess of hunting. And last but not least is the beautiful statue of the Christian martyr, Saint Susanna.
And we're going to carry on walking around now. I think we come into a little bridge, an ornamental bridge, kind of the sort of point where we poked you through earlier in the year. Oh, look at that. Oh. Dragonfly just grabbing something, literally.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So this behind me is the pond Kat mentioned earlier about the damselflies and the dragonflies, and already just been here a few seconds we've already seen some taking bugs and grubs out of the air, and that's where we poked you through. That was the fence. I poked you through and said you were being naughty. Well, today we're allowed. We're going to take you up now towards Apollo's Tower. Again, I think they do weddings and things up there, don't they?
They do, yeah. You can get yes, you can get married there.
Which is lovely.
We've seen a harpist up there before, haven't we? Do you remember?
Yeah, we to see a harpist. It would be a very spectacular wedding destination. Yeah.
And most of the paths are pretty good. Where the paths are a little bit sort of rocky or unstable, they tend to put other paths in to allow wheelchair access and things. There are a couple of points where that's impossible, but most of it's pretty good ground.
Yeah. There's even wheelchair access up to Apollo's Tower. I think you can drive round.
You can drive round and be dropped off. Yeah.
One of the most detailed map drawings I've seen in a while. Quite like it. Foolproof. So it's funny we mentioned about the wedding and stuff earlier, because it looks like there's something happening here today. They've got lots of lovely things set up.
By the way, this cobbly bit that goes down underneath the tunnel, this is the original cobbles.
Oh really?
So they were placed in the same time as the Apollo's Tower.
Oh, interesting.
So these are 18th century cobbles. Look at them.
I will look at them. So yep, those are the cobbles.
So this tunnel that we're about to go through actually goes under the road. The road is there, it's the actual highway.
Yep. Yes, we've just come back down and we're on the opposite side of the bridge where we started our little tour today, and we've still got a lot more to show you yet. So this behind us here is the Bristol Cross. And this was brought in by Henry Hoare from Bristol, brought in by ox and cart.
Yeah.
And there's various kings and queens.
I mean, it's a restored medieval cross. All the way around it depicts all the medieval kings and queens. And he liked it and he restored it and he put it here.
This is a really good aerial map. That's the walk, just taking you around. And we're going to head out now, show you the spread eagle arms, over to St. Peter's Church, and then hopefully up over to the walled garden.
The oldest parts of this beautiful St. Peter's Church, the chancel, the nave and the tower, date right back to 1291. Many of the subsequent lords of Staunton, who were devoutly Catholic, made large additions and improvements to the church. But unfortunately, when the Catholic Church fell out of favour with the Crown, the family's fortunes waned. I mean, they completely ran out of money, and that's why in the early 18th century, the estate was bought by the Hoare family.
This is the stable yard, the spread eagle there. I believe there's a gallery and various other shops and bits around us. Again, facilities, toilets and stuff up there, in case you needed that. So all these old buildings have been repurposed now. So I think this one sometimes has craft fairs and things in it. Looks like one of the halls is actually being used for the wedding. We're all kitted out with big long table and lights. Very nice. So we've just come across from the spread eagle and the courtyard. We're now in the walled garden and orchard. It's glorious.
All the veg grown here. Look at these. Fabulous. These are all courgettes. Doing really well. Oh, all the raspberry canes. Oh, we've got blackcurrants. They're currant bushes. Gooseberries. Not a fan of gooseberries. My parents love it. Oh, you don't like it? I've got some of this, but I've got the bronze fennel. This isn't the bronze fennel, but it's still rather pretty. I always think they look really ornamental. Don't really use it for anything particularly. Don't use it much in cooking. But got the lilies and they've got bananas. Got echinacea here. Look at them. Bees love them. Agapanthus, another love of bees. Rebecca. Very nice. Look, these are their little growing houses, look. So these are those Pandagonians I was talking about earlier. So they've got a significant collection here. So look at it. Oh, So they've got a real massive collection. Look at it in there, it's cool. Love it. So all of these are old English apples, which I think is lovely. It's just a small orchard, but it's really lovely, isn't it?
Beautiful, yeah. Loads of hard, and there was pears and things against the walls as
Oh,
well.
And they've got all the rhubarbs here. Unusual rhubarbs as well. Some different ones. I like them. I love the shape of rhubarbs. I think they're just nice garden plants, full stop. You should have one. You should just have one.
So they used to put these buildings, the old granaries, up on these stilts, stop all the pests and rats and things getting in. This one's now been converted to a bookshop. The old stables over here.
Still pretty much a stable, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Chestnut trees leading up to Stourhead House itself. Stourhead House behind us, you can see very much now open and accessible to the public. A great mix of architecture and different styles from different periods. But we're just going to follow this path back round now towards the obelisk. So that's the end of our Stourhead adventures today.
Yeah.
Hope you've enjoyed the tour that we've given you. There's a heck of a lot more to see down there.
Yeah.
And like we say, every time we visit, there's something different to see or smell.
Yeah. Every season is entirely different.
Yeah.
So it is great any time of year.
Absolutely. So if you have enjoyed today's video, don't forget, give us a little thumbs up.
Bing.
Drop us a little comment down below. If you haven't already, please think about subscribing
Slam.
and hitting that bell notification
Ding.
so that you know when we've uploaded a new video. We'll be back soon with another adventure.
Yeah, real soon.
Until then, stay safe and well.
And keep enjoying those green spaces. You take care.
Bye guys.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.